Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 476 of Factorio with the C-Block mod, where we just had a blackout because, well, we ran out of power because we don't produce enough uranium anymore. At least not with the huge amount of uranium-235 we were exporting to nuclear fuel. But maybe we also have enough here for quite a while, so it's okay for us to at least slow down that export. And we've tried to just prioritize uranium fuel cell production with the uranium-238. And we have just re-enabled everything to be allowed to take the power. I think this will still become okay in a little bit, but I might be wrong. We have been putting down a lot of modules lately, of course. But I don't think everything that is currently running needs to keep running, so yeah. We have just done a lot of productivity improvements to this area in general. But I think we should still make a uranium outpost to actually produce more of this stuff. I mean, we could just make the uranium as an outpost and bring it in here and then make all of the refining we want of it here, but I think I would rather just do everything at an outpost and then bring fuel in here. And maybe we need to make use of all of this space for power as well at some point. Yeah, I think, well, we need more uranium anyway, and I'm not going to produce it here. Let's start with this part. If we want like 2 belts of uranium with productivity and beacons, let's just stay with 4, I guess. 7 ore sorting facilities we need. Is that just half of a setup for each of these? Because a full crystal setup is 120 per second, right? It should be equal to the amount of electrolyzers we have, and that's 120. Yes. So we could just go for 240 to be sure. So we just need 1 of each setup. That's pretty simple. And then we can refine it to whatever we want. Maybe we just actually export this from here and then... No, we don't need this directly anyway. We should export these and potentially refine more uranium-235 if needed. And this goes... oh well, both go into nuclear fuel cell production. That could... oh, maybe we should just do that locally as well, at the outpost. Is that a plan? Sort of is. Right now we're just burning through these 500 fuel cells, and then we will probably have a blackout again. But I do feel like I just want to finish this part of, well, our job first. Getting these launched into space. We almost had everything ready for that when we saw we had a blackout coming, or a brownout. Have one of those ready. We need more processing units to finish it though. Also, this should all have gone back into that warehouse. I just want to see... it is all advanced processing units we need, right? This needs antenna arrays. And antenna arrays require advanced processing units. Yep. Okay, so we need to go steal more of those. Also, if we want more high tier centrifuges. But first we get rid of this stuff. Or maybe we should go and put this to launch actually. That would be helpful in some way. We could also take our labs and put them to where we have a lot of red science that is needed for this. So actually make our outposts useful. In that case, we might want to store a bunch of these sciences in case we want to do a fast Wiggle robot speed at some point. I think that sounds like a good idea. So this is coming from an outpost, so is the yellow. We don't need farming science, so it's just these 3 bolts that we need to store up stuff for. Should we split them back out into their component, or each of the sciences? Would probably be good to store them separately. So I'll put that on one side. Output red on one side. Output blue on one side. Actually, we just want a warehouse and then we're just going to limit the inputs. I know I'm getting a lot of ideas here right now and getting distracted, but this just seems useful for later. So, warehouse, loaders. Line everything up. If we have less than... It's stack to 200, so we have 2,000 in each row, 5 rows for 10,000, so that's probably okay. And let's just paste that across. Pink, green, red, military, even though I don't think we need it, and blue. And then we can just bring this to the science outpost if we want to quickly research something like this. When we have 8,000 of everything stored. Yep. Good idea, I think. These come with me. These come with me. And we needed advanced processing units, that's fine, we fix these first. But we needed to go here with the labs. Potentially, we want... No, we can have charging in here, never mind that. So maybe we want one of those, and the science lab, where we don't need output. We just want something like that. Three more. Actually, let's move it down to the middle of everything. Something like that. Power. We're just gonna request 200 of everything, I think so. It wasn't. No mind, those looked exactly the same to me. Do not have any robots here. Oh. Good, and that'll do science. We should probably get yellow and space science, which we apparently haven't built a station for. Get that in here to start stockpiling it here instead of back at base, or back at the bus production base. So this is science, space, science. And space science comes from right here. You go to space or science, space science, empty. Don't go there anymore. And then yellow science. And we have iron, ores. Oh, because we make waste products? Yes, okay. So this train should go to science. Yellow science. Empty and drop that one. And it was just nearby, okay. Good. So that stuff will be stockpiled here now. Let's have a look at rocket launches. Have satellites. Don't have enough heat shields because we don't have enough silicon nitride. Really? Like at all? Okay. And they're just running on fumes then? Oh, also apparently we didn't have enough modules for this part. So these should be used. Is that a good way to do it though? Probably not. Let's instead those there. Put a limit on the input of this compared to that. If everything equals 0. So when this gets empty, we should allow this to input again. Before we go to silicon nitride, we needed to go and grab advanced processing units. Is that the next step? I think so. Before that though, maybe we should speed up those science labs we put down. Otherwise this will take forever. Also, we should module them. Also, we don't have a lot of speed modules, and I went too far. We need to go down here. Okay. We don't want to duplicate that right now. Now we don't have enough modules, but we could put these in. Except that I want these to move up one tile. Because then they will cover more, I think. Yes. That's everything. So advanced processing units, then maybe get over to silicon to see why we don't have silicon nitride. And then back and make these two, or the one more, I guess. And then uranium outpost, I guess. Well, thank you. That's all I ever needed. And you are still low on chrome, which is coming slower than it's supposed to be though. Why is that? Distractions. Have all of this. Wait. Have all of this. Don't have all of this. So we have run out of sulfuric acid now, I guess? Yeah. That's also bad. We need to bring more sulfuric wastewater over there. Oh dear, so many things. That's... well, maybe silicon is just low because of a lack of sulfuric acid, actually. Though I don't think we're importing sulfuric acid to silicon. I'm not entirely sure. We should have gotten more speed modules. That's not a lot, so maybe that would be a waste of time. This should be silicon, I think. Yes. Is this not running a lot faster? Is it simply because of nitrogen? Really? Oh, okay. Oh, this... no, it is the right setups. We need speed beacons, I guess. Unless we can just hack something together to get more... yeah, in these. everything helps a little bit, I guess. We really need a lot more beacons with speed modules to get this sped up. I'm going to go back to base now though and fix this. So we have 3 things we need to keep in mind. Silicon production, sulfuric acid production, and uranium production. Unless we are keeping up now. There's 600 available there. Don't have any extra empty fuel cells, so we are actually doing okay at the moment. And power is keeping up. $200 of those, yes. Or one more. While we wait for this, let's just think about sulfuric acid. So the wastewater comes from all of our ore production, really. And to start with, we did intend to export it from everywhere. But then it just got too tedious and we stopped because I didn't think we needed as much sulfuric acid. This was actually connected to anything, that would probably have been good. But on the other hand, we're not... Well, we have it down here, but that's it. We are actually exporting from here if we produce enough. This has produced 81,000 products. We're not producing a lot of iron. We should be. But it's not enough, okay. Copper is also producing, it seems. Tin. It's also producing, though maybe a little bit slower. We have copper problems again, by the way. Even though we have, what, 16 full belts. And we can't just go and duplicate cover, because that will lower our UPS even more. Which is a little annoying. I have considered quite a few times to maybe go and just delete the outposts and just put an infinite or an infinity loader thing with these 16 belts here. And maybe just consume one of these belts or something to keep it somewhat realistic, or not realistic but non-cheaty. I just want higher UPS and I can't really just build more stuff without having higher UPS. So yeah, that's still a consideration I'll do, I guess. Not sure if it's going to happen or not, but I'll tell you if I do it, I guess. Okay, you are done. And I guess we just put this into the system. No, we put it into centrifuges. which are up here. Oh, where did I leave the plane? Down there. We should go and launch these as well, though. We haven't actually launched anything yet because of the silicon nitride. And we should probably actually go and fix that silicon nitride. So we go and put these into the rocket launch chest. And then we go grab some speed modules and then we go to silicon. That's our first plan. And there goes our first launch. Awesome. I just want to make sure that we actually get progression from this. If we're just wasting it, that seems stupid. Got one of those. So we should see this one take up one. Hopefully. That UPS though makes this so slow. Yes, good. Progression was made. Speed modules, go. I'm just still considering removing some of our very large outposts and just cheating the resources in to get better UPS. And I'm just considering that I would have to redo all of these requests, but maybe that's okay. Also, at least the only way I know of how to do it is to go into the editor and set everything up there. So you basically have to start from a new scenario that has everything from your map, but not your character progression, not your levels, not your suit or anything like that. So yeah, I feel very restricted by this UPS. And I'm sure if I went through everything, we could make improvements, but that would take 100 episodes by itself, I'm sure, and I don't want to do that. Then I would rather cheat, I guess. At least if we really need as much more cover as it seems like up here. But maybe that's not necessary. So we need speed here. No, actually not really here, but we're doing it anyway. This is where we actually need speed. We didn't get the modules in the blueprint, I guess. And we have speed modules. Need one more, I guess that's that one. How can it really be nitrogen that we have a big problem with here? That seems so stupid. Even with these productivity, that's still the problem. Even here, this is not enough. I'm not gonna do the math, I don't think. If we got higher tiers of these, can we put more... Are there higher tiers? Yes, there are. Can we put more productivity modules in? Probably can. That cannot be productivity. Just need more air more than anything. Somehow. That's enough air for that one, so we need 3 air filters for that stuff. Quite a lot of speed, so this one probably won't be enough. But it's still better than it was. No room. It's fine. It has been working at some points in time, somehow. Unless we just had enough nitrogen gas stored up, but in this small pipe, I don't understand how that's possible. That was in 50 hours. Oh, I don't think this part has registered on this chart yet. Okay. So this isn't as tall as it seems. It's just these that we see. Yeah, okay. But it's getting a lot better, and maybe that's enough. As for the heat shielding for rockets, we needed more. We have gotten some up there now. It's not like it's consumed very fast, and the train is almost back here again, I think. No, it's not. Never mind. Okay, but I think the production should now be okay. Even though we wrecked some of this area. Okay. Next step is what? We haven't launched the rocket yet again. Uranium still seems to be fine, right? We have only 200 fuel remaining, so no, it doesn't seem to be right. Wait, what? We don't have a lot of empty fuel cells or anything. No spent fuel cells at all. What happened to the other 400 then? I mean, they were probably just put into chests. Unless we have a bunch of reactors with a lot of fuel in them now, or something. I don't know. Are we going towards right now? Maybe to make a station for this? But right now I'm just gonna go over here, I think. No, actually we're going to go back to base and have a look at why we don't have more fuel available. We actually start having enough uranium-238 now. That's pretty wild. The few spent fuel cells we get go into this. Let's just disable output and see that we get some here, because I'm still curious about that. Productivity does not make these for us. So we are not producing more by productivity in this, okay. That's difficult to understand without testing, I guess. Have 240 fuel, but no spent fuel cells or empty fuel cells, anything like that. This side is doing fine, it's just using all of the heat first. Really shouldn't. Well, maybe that's just the level we're at. And we should just make more empty fuel cells with lead and steel. Just so we have a bit of a bigger buffer for everything. That seems like a good idea. We need more lead if we want more. But that's okay. We can't productivity this? Nope. Okay. That gives us a good amount more for the buffer. Good. I feel like that's something I'm forgetting. We want to do this. This is basically done as long as we launch more rockets. We have launched one more. Do we actually have enough power currently? Yes. So maybe it's just that I think that I should go do this stuff. Also, this should go away. Or maybe it's that I think I should go into the editor and remove a bunch of machines so we get better UPS. Even if I wanted to go around and try and make everything more efficient and just update everything to the newest build like this, where we use less machines to produce more, I would still want to do that in the editor, to be honest. Because you can just instantly delete all of this and then copy paste. Well, that would be cheating as well, of course. Oh, I guess this is our newest build. Even less machines to produce a lot more. Still very low on copper. Yes. Basic circuit. Tint copper wire. Basic electronic circuit. Oh, component, sorry. Green ions. Transistor. Basic circuit. Advanced circuit. ×2. So a lot of stuff is staffed for this copper. Could make another base or another copper thing down here or something. Start expanding out. Or down here, that would probably be further away from that and closer to what needs it. And we would just need this setup for one full station of production, which isn't that many machines compared to everything else. I mean, how many electrolyzers in here? It sure is laggy. Let's not take a blueprint of that. But it seems like we don't really need to do this right now. After we made sure to prioritize fuel production over exporting this stuff. So for now I don't want to do that. So maybe it's just the next science we need to go towards. And that's going to be annoying because of these, I think. Everything else should be sort of fine. We just need to remember to make enough air filters for this time. That is a lot of copper though, holy Christ. So that just makes our problem with the UPS that much larger. If I could just put down 3 more outposts for copper, it would be fine. So we're gonna need a lot more silver. This is going to be expensive. Did I click this? Yes, nothing can have it. Okay. 4 belts of silver into this. More than 10, 12 belts of copper. Well, here our problems begin, I guess. And I'm back to having doubts about the UPS. Now, if we made an outpost for uranium and brass and bronze and such things, we could go and delete this, basically, and this. And that would be fewer machines then, I think. But that would still have to be done through the editor, because I'm not gonna wait for all of that to be deconstructed, I don't think. So many choices. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.